you ever had someone act very interested in you? They texted consistently, they flirted, there was chemistry and banter, they made plans to get together, they seemed really excited to see you, and maybe they even said things like, I really like you, or I haven't felt this way in a long time. And then, seemingly out of the blue, something shifted and they pulled away. And now they haven't reached out. No explanation, no closure, no, hey, I've been dealing with something. Just silence. And that silence is what messes with your head because your brain starts trying to figure out what the heck happened. So you keep wondering, what did I do? What changed? Was any of this even real? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain the main reasons someone can be really interested and still not reach out after pulling away. So stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lucia. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And if you're not new, it means you are part of my no contact army, my beautiful no contact army, and welcome back. It's always wonderful to have you. Okay, so this situation feels like torture for two reasons. First, you don't just feel rejected, you feel confused. And confusion creates an open loop, which I talked about in my video, 7 Reasons Why the No Contact Rule Works on Everyone. Because your brain keeps going back to it since there's an incomplete story, and the brain hates open loops. And secondly, the silence makes you question your judgment. You start to doubt yourself. It's like, how did I misread this so badly? What did I miss? But here's the thing. Someone can be really interested in you and still pull away. And often this happens with someone who has an avoidant attachment style. So it's not because you were too much or because you did something wrong. And often, actually, it's because you did everything right. And the connection moved from fun to real. And for some people, that is scary. So all of a sudden, they pull away and they're stuck in silence. Why? Because of something called the open loop. And what's really happening in a lot of these situations isn't just one emotion, it's a loop. And once someone gets caught in it, they either stay silent or they send crumbs that lead nowhere. And that's what I call the silence loop. And before I explain it, I want to let you know that if you're in this situation or something similar and you're trying to get your ex back, I do offer private coaching. And you can get the rates by going to theartoflove.net/coaching. We will send you the rates. Actually, they're not on the website. And the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. And I can help you figure out what the heck is going on. Okay. So the first emotion is shame. And shame is, I handled this badly. They know they didn't communicate. They know they left you confused. They know they took the easy way out. And the longer that they stay silent, the more that shame grows. Because now it feels like it's harder to come back and to face the music, so to speak. The second emotion is pride. And pride is, well, I'm not going to admit it. So pride hates accountability. And unfortunately, for the most part, avoidants do hate accountability. So pride doesn't want to say, I'm sorry, or I got overwhelmed, or I didn't know how to handle it. Pride would rather protect the ego than fix the situation because the ego's slogan is always seek but do not find. It always sees everyone as separate from you and it tries to keep you separate from everyone. It's not your friend. The third emotion is fear of rejection. And fear says, well, what if they reject me now? Because reaching out after pulling away is obviously risky. So now it's not just a casual text. It's a text that could be met with anger or silence or embarrassment or consequences. And people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. And so they imagine, well, what if they ignore me? What if they're done with me? What if I look stupid? And so fear keeps them frozen. And then finally, the fourth emotion is guilt. Now, guilt is different than shame. Guilt is I did something wrong. Shame is I am wrong. And guilt can make someone want to reach out, but it doesn't necessarily make them ready to repair things. And guilt often creates a specific type of contact, which is called guilt relief contact. And that's when someone reaches out, not because they're ready to treat you properly, but because they want to reduce the discomfort inside of themselves. And that's where you get these classic breadcrumbs like, hey, hope you're doing okay, just checking in, or random likes, late night thinking of you, how have you been? So it's not always about you. Sometimes it's about their conscience. And by the way, if you are in no contact and you want some help to make sure you stay in no contact, be sure to check out my app Silencio. And it is available in both at the App Store and Google Play. And we have a thriving community. I'm shocked at how fast it's grown. And everyone is so helpful. People post their situation and sometimes there's 20 responses. I'm like, what? Yeah. And I also have a book, yes, titled No Contact Secrets, available, of course, at nocontactsecrets.com, where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, so more about the silence loop and how it works. So shame says, I messed up. Pride then says, well, don't admit it. Fear says, you're going to get rejected. And guilt says, but I feel bad, so do something small. So they either stay silent or they breadcrumb. Either way, you don't get healthy repair, and that's the loop. Now, even if their silence is driven by shame, pride, fear, and or guilt, it still means that they aren't showing up in a healthy way, because healthy people can tolerate discomfort. Healthy people can communicate. They can repair. So yes, the silence loop explains a lot, but it doesn't mean you chase someone who pulled away. And this is where most people accidentally make it worse. When someone pulls away, the instinct, especially if you have an anxious attachment style, is to chase. And so you want to send that long paragraph, the, well, I just want honesty message, the what happened text, the we're adults, let's communicate speech. But chasing creates pressure, and pressure makes someone in the silence loop shut down harder. So here's the better approach. Stop reaching out. If they pulled away, stop reaching out. Not as a game, but because that's your standard. Do not send a closure text, because that is actually chasing, and closure texts usually do not get you closure. That's the irony. They get you silence, vague explanations, or a weak response that keeps you stuck. And if you have to send a message, if you just absolutely have to, okay, fine. Make it simple and make it final. So if it's been a reasonable amount of time, and I mean at least a month, okay? I'm not talking 2 days or 2 weeks. And you want to put a pin in it, you can say, hey, I enjoyed getting to know you. I wish you the best. That's it. No interrogations, no emotional dumping, and this may get them to make a move, but it's not guaranteed. And then finally, let time and space reveal the truth, because space does 2 things. It removes pressure and it reveals their real level of interest and maturity. So if they come forward with accountability and consistency, great. If they don't, it's up to you how long you wait before moving on. But regardless of the reason why they haven't reached out, your move is the same. You don't try to close the distance, you don't reward low effort, and you respond to intention, not breadcrumbs, because someone's real level of interest isn't revealed when everything is easy. It's revealed after they pull away, when there's space, and they either step up or step out. So now I want to hear from you. How long have you been in no contact and how is it going? And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos or podcasts. And in the meantime, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.